Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I was just sitting around and I was bored. So, if anybody wants to come on and chat a little bit, let's talk about some drones. I want to remind everybody, of course, about the Fly for Fun show tomorrow night. Oh, let me turn this on. Got my phone on. Fly for Fun show tomorrow night. We'll be showing viewer videos. And if you got something you want to send me, hit me up on Messenger and I'd love to play your video. Welcome in. Captain Joe, Dominic, Brian, RJ Ariels, Dusty, Maddie. What's up, Maddie? What's up, brother? If anybody would love to come in, you are welcome to. I'm not going to stay on too long. I know the election is going on and people, of course, I have it on here in the background, but I was kind of bored sitting around. Bill, the drone reviewer, went on an hour early, so he finished up. But if you want to come on, I'd love to have you. I don't know what happened to that link there. It says, I don't know, this StreamYard's been acting kind of funny lately here. It says an error occurred. Wait a moment, then try again. I see. Let me post the link. Captain Joe.
Hey, what's up?
I don't know. I was kind of bored. I mean, I got the election on. Of course, the way it looks is going to be a little while, of course. Matter of fact, our polls haven't closed. They got 11 minutes yet. They close at 8 o'clock. Minutes. So, yeah. Ronnie.
Yeah, hours don't matter, though.
What's that, Joe?
I said hours don't matter, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while. Brian, Brian, people, I don't know. We don't want to talk about politics and religion, but it is what it is. Dominic, what's up? Joe, what you doing?
Feeding a dog.
Feeding a dog, man. Joe, I mean, it's November, and why do we have to be worried about a damn storm coming in?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I'm telling you.
We have never had one in November.
They moved the game, the Southeastern game, I'll tell you the one, they moved it to noon. So it's like, man, all the high school games are moved to Thursday. Of course, Hammond and Ponchatoula are playing in Strawberry Stadium. So I think that's Friday still, I guess.
Yeah. Friday's going to be okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's kind of, I don't say it being too bad, but and we could use some rain. I'll be honest with you, as long as we don't get flooded, Tom, what's up, Tom? How's things in Vegas? I know Tom and them had the meetup this weekend. I know Marcus made it over to Vegas. I see Rick Williamson driving. He is driving from North Carolina on to Vegas. So, man, I kind of, I tell you what. Of course, Joe, I know you can't leave this time of year. I tell you, man, I tell you what, I would have drove over there, just took our time, But football season and of course close to the holidays here, but they'll have a good time. They got a good crowd out there in Vegas anyway that they fly with. Plus, I think all the West Coast guys, Dre and Steve Carpenter and some of those guys are, going to Vegas. So that'd be good.
Yeah, the worst part is my sister lives there.
Busy. Yeah, Tom, I can imagine. I know even, the South Florida drone meetup is nothing compared to what y'all doing as far as, y'all kind of, at the hotels got stuff going on. So ours is fairly easy, I feel like. But it does require some work. And, hey, I hope everybody has a great time. And they will. Cool Cat, what's up? Nah, Joe, I was Bill. Joe, did you hear Bill, drone reviewer, talking about, what was he talking about? I guess he's getting a stutter in this video is what he was saying.
Yeah, he said that he was getting like a little jerky hesitation.
Yeah. Huh. I had the Air 3 up a little while ago, got a nice little sunset. So, of course, this time change, it gets dark so early. But if anybody else wants to come in, you're welcome to. I'd love to have you. Just kind of goofing all tonight.
I saw Maddie in there. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah, I saw Maddie. I talked to Maddie that day on the phone. That's the first time I talked to him in a little while, but he's doing good and staying busy. He's doing a little he's doing RC trucks now. I mean, he's still flying drones, of course, but he's got some RC cars and I know a lot of the drone guys do the RC cars. I know DeMarco and Al Duran, and the last spin up we went to, they had, I guess, 5 or 6 of them out there with the, but yeah, Joe. So what did Mandeville? Where did they play this week?
At Fontainebleau.
Oh, okay, Fontainebleau, yeah. And
Yeah,
when is
just
that
right across
Thursday?
town.
They moved that to Thursday?
Moved it Thursday night. Yeah, it kind of messed me up because Thursday night the Junior ROTC has the Marine Corps ball. And I usually go shoot it for them.
Oh yeah, Rick. I've been there to the Cadillac Ranch. Yeah, that's ranch. I got a quick video. Sent you a link in the. Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can grab that. I did see that pop up a little bit ago. Let's see here, Rick Williamson. Why is it asking me for a PIN number to my own? I'll tell you what, Facebook always. Let's see here. Let's see if I can share this. Mr. Rick Buckeye Drones is on the way to Vegas. He is in Amarillo, Texas. I'm not sure if he's in to spend a night in Amarillo, but let's see. Here we go.
That song Amarillo by Morning.
Cadillac Ranch. Joe, you ever been out here?
Now we call it the Cadillac.
That near Amarillo?
Yeah.
I passed it, never stopped.
I mean, look at it. Oh, wow. It's got a mud. It's got a, looks like a pond right now.
Till the cows come home at Cadillac Range.
Shoot, if that was Louisiana, we could do some fishing.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, there'd be crawfish in there. It ain't much to look at, huh?
No, not really.
Hey, it's pretty cool, though. You just pull off on the side of the road and, you know.
I probably passed it, never even knew about it.
Walk back there. Yeah, you see the cars right there.
Now, what? That's Interstate 20?
I think that's, well, it might be 20. Yeah, 40. Would it be 40?
Yeah, I think it's 20.
20.
Maybe 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've driven right through it. I didn't even know it.
Yeah, Rick's coming, going, he's driving from North Carolina to Vegas, so those Cadillacs haven't grown an inch. Yeah, that's about right, Ronnie.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many miles. I guess North Carolina to there is a pretty good. How many miles is it from North Carolina to Vegas, Tom?
It's got to be something like 2,700.
Oh wow, that's more. I think it's from my house. If I would have got somebody to ride with me, I think I would have actually kind of took off that way. But I think it was like 2,000 from here, maybe.
You know, I was somebody said to me, "Hey, why don't you go to the South Florida drone meetup? Take your RV with you." And I went, "Do you realize that's almost 7,000 miles round trip?
Yeah, that's
I could take a first class private jet for that price."
Yeah, especially pulling something and all that would be. I mean,
exactly.
If if you like Rick, I know Rick left. I think Rick left Sunday morning. So he's just taking his time,
That's the way to do it. That's definitely the way to do it.
So he's.
I went cross country by RV from New York to Las Vegas when we moved out here, and we took 12 days. We stopped and spent a night or two in each of the locations as we crossed the country. So
as far as I know, Rick, I'm not saying I noticed. I'm sure some people from California, of course, are driving, but Rick is about the only one I know that I guess is coming. I guess out from this way. I would say, kind of, as far as
you got Ken Donos coming.
Yeah, they're flying. But
Heron is. He's coming cross country with his little squad car and his little, little tiny.
Yeah, and he's already in probably Texas, Arizona, I think now.
Yeah, he's in Texas already. Yeah, we spoke to him last week when he left.
Right.
Billy's flying, of course, and
Don, what's up, Don?
Yeah, it's a drive and a half. That's for damn sure.
Well, I know Rick. I think Rick kind of works for himself. So he, like I said, I think it was Sunday morning on Drones and Coffee. Either he was leaving or he was already on the road. So he's definitely taking his time, Yeah, if you go 500, 500 miles a day, I guess, or 500 or 600. I mean, which is
Yeah. I try to with the RV. I try to keep it to driving no more than 300 straight.
Yeah.
No more than 3 hours at a time, and never getting into a location after like 3:30 in the afternoon, because you definitely don't want to be handling all your hookups in the dark. That's for sure.
Right. Yeah,
that once or twice.
Crazy time.
Yeah.
It's been dark since 5:30. It feels like it's about
Oh
midnight.
man, why are we still doing this nonsense? What is now I could walk into Arizona and be at the same time, but
Right.
now Arizona doesn't change their time. They're the only, why do we keep doing this? I don't get it.
I don't know, Captain
Don't
Joe.
get it.
I thought you had some pull up there in the legislature and all that crap.
I have nothing.
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, there's no farmers asking for this to happen.
Yeah,
for
no,
damn
no
sure.
lie. That was
That's
even
all
here.
bullshit.
Man, there used to be
Yeah.
big strawberry farms, but I don't even. I mean, there's still some strawberry farmers, of course, but nothing like it used to be.
Yeah, but even they don't count on this to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes no freaking sense.
Tom, y'all got everything ready, pretty much, or close, or you better have it.
Oh man, I planned on retiring when I came out of here, Johnny.
Yeah, until you
What
met
the hell
Bob.
happened to
Yeah.
that? Until I met Bob, Bob
Now you
expects me
work.
to go at his speed. That guy, I mean, he's the Energizer Bunny. He really
Yeah.
is. Okay. Except the Energizer Bunny's just a little bit taller than him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. But he's nonstop, and God bless him. Or Buddha, whoever you pray to. He's unique, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
It
mean,
is
a lot going
work,
on.
especially what y'all doing. I mean, y'all doing. I'm not saying y'all doing something a little different than what we do in South Florida. I was just kind of. I mean, it's really just a meetup, I mean, but besides the raffle stuff we do and the lunch, but in the Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we lined up a ton of sponsorships and things
Right.
like that. So, I mean, DJI alone dropped a nice piece of change on us, and they're helping with the gift bags and everything else. But we got, Greg and the whole gang at Pilot Institute is a few hours away, so they're coming in with the whole crew.
Yeah.
Dre is sponsoring the first drink.
Yeah, I heard
at
that.
the Friday
Yeah.
night social.
Well,
Okay.
is Steve Carpenter. Who else is coming out from California? Is Steve coming?
Oh well, you got Aldrin Astasio's coming.
Yeah, Aldrin. Yeah.
Okay. So we got a whole cast of characters right now. I think the latest number is we just hit 70 paid registrations.
Y'all
Okay.
got a pretty good group y'all fly with out there in Vegas anyway. I mean, y'all got a lot of fly.
Yeah, it's I go to this monthly thing at the Art Center in the north section called the Tech Event, and it's basically just an indoor gathering just to talk about drone technology and stuff like that. And we just had a fly out at a regional park called Lone Mountain, which is gorgeous. I mean, it's this mountain that just shoots out of nowhere. It's almost 6,800 feet tall.
Oh wow!
So that was a nice gathering. But you know what? It's Marcus is already here. He's at his brother's.
Yeah, I talked to him. Well,
down.
I saw him on Bills and
and it should be a good event. And DJI is going to be here in force. I mean, Wayne Baker will be here. Regina, who is the top dog when it comes to marketing, will be here. There'll definitely be some discussions about some of the nonsense that's going on, unfortunately. And Vic will be here, of course. Vic is sponsoring the food trucks at the big flyout.
That's good.
And we have the city of Henderson is one of our sponsors. And then we have Las Vegas Metro Police and Red Rock Search and Rescue are doing demos.
Yeah, I mean,
and
that's
also
great.
have
y'all went
drone
all out.
soccer.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing drone soccer with these round caged drones. We're setting up a little soccer arena at the park we're flying at.
Good deal.
And then on Sunday, I put together a booklet of adventures. So it's got everything from where the location is, a description of the location, where the Latin Long is, but the comfort stations, and then come in, and then stuff, like where to eat in the area, what to look for, what the airspace is, where the Lancers were going. So we put all that together, and that's something people can take with them also. So the next time they come back,
That'd be good. I mean, look, it is fun, and it's fun to meet everybody. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be y'all gonna have
the
a
social aspect, Johnny. I mean, that's what you guys at South Florida Drone Meetup
Yep.
have basically bottled and canned, is that social.
Yeah, and I mean,
aspect
I
of
think,
it,
you fly a lot. I know, and most
Yeah.
of everybody in the chat here flies a good bit, but it's I mean, of course, if you go out there, you want to fly because y'all got some great locations, and I know I
Oh,
talk
it's
about it
target
all.
rich.
Yeah, talk about it all the time. I mean, I know people see y'all out that way, and people see our locations here. You look at Marcus and Snake River Canyon, then you look up at Ron and them in New York and New Jersey. I mean, we're all kind of jealous of each other, but we all got really great spots to fly.
Yeah, I'm jealous
You know,
of
the
Snake
funny-
River Canyon.
What's that?
Yeah.
Snake River Canyon, I'm jealous of.
Oh yeah, definitely. Me too, Joe. You know what? Here's the funny part of it, right? I mean, being from New York City and flying throughout the New York metropolitan area,
Leonard, hey Leonard.
you wind up getting bored. It's like, oh, these are the spots we always fly, and so I would conscript Eddie Nunez and Stevie and Deneen and Anthony Charles and I'd get them up at like 3 a.m. in the morning, and we'd head upstate,
Yeah.
and try to go into the Catskills and stuff to catch sunrise and all. So, you're always looking for someplace new to fly, and that's part of it, right? But I got to be honest with you, Johnny, it's really the social aspect, I
Oh,
think,
absolutely.
of these
Yeah.
meetups.
I mean,
is
I
what
could
the big
literally
draw
go
is.
to a drone meetup without bringing a drone. I mean, I hate to say that. I mean, but
It's so true. So true.
that's
And
definitely
Johnny, you know me with the gift of gab. I'm more likely to talk my way through the entire drone meetup without ever launching a damn
Hey,
drone.
look, I fly with Captain Joe, so I know he talks pretty good bit, so
Yeah, a little bit.
Just
And
a
Johnny
bit.
brings a V-copter. The V-copter, that's not a drone,
He's still flying that thing, huh, Joe?
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's still flying that thing. You
The
know what I just
V-copter.
added to my repertoire was, I got the F3S and I love it. And luckily I'm not having moray or stuttering issues, but I just added a 2200 nit monitor to my Hussey too.
I saw that. So what did you? I mean, you go out into it, or?
Well, no, basically, yeah. So basically, and one of the other things I've just started doing was I bring out my tripod, and then the rig sits on top of my tripod, and the monitor snaps onto that, and it's got a USB cable out to a USB-C out to an HDMI.
Right.
And the thing is, in the bright sunlight out here, and these eyes aren't getting any damn younger, looking at a 700 nit screen it's not doing it, and I love to frame my shots. I don't want to just press a button and say, hey, I hope I get what I get.
Right.
I want to frame my shots. I want to see what I'm getting. And I'll tell you, that 2200 nit monitor, what a difference it makes. And they're relatively cheap. It's a 7-inch free world monitor. I think it cost me about $270.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing is, you can go right out from the USB-C on the RC2 right into the HDMI in. And it's as simple as that.
That's
The thing that screws me up sometimes is I keep trying to touch the free world screen instead of touching the.
The very first drone
RC2.
meetup, Hot Rod had a setup where you could watch him. He was one of the. I mean, that was 5 years ago. Well, gonna be 5 years, and he had a monitor on a. I guess it was. I think so.
Well, now I mean, in the fire department, they transmit wirelessly to monitors at the incident command. So they have large screens at the incident command. That's something that's been going on for a while now. But yeah, this, I was one of those guys who had a Crystal Sky monitor, and I still hold a grudge with DJI of not supporting that damn thing. That was a great monitor. Yes, it got hot, but it still functioned.
Yeah, I saw one, the Crystal Sky, the state police one day had a little STEM thing out here, and they still actually use. I guess they still use it. That wasn't but a couple of years ago, but I'm sure they got some different. They probably got some RCs pros, I guess, and stuff. I'm not really sure, but that and they had the triple tech. A lot of people went through the triple tech, but it was heavy. So now because once you get used to flying with even the RC2, I know it's not using your phone. That's kind of like, man, you kind of hate to go back to that damn phone.
I only use my phone with my Neo, Johnny.
Yeah.
And I get a kick out of that little drone. That's that was a no-brainer for me because I got the goggles, I got the motion controller.
I'll have to admit I was I don't say I was wrong about it. I mean, I think that it's I have a lot of fun with it. Even the grandkids. I know Ellie yesterday, she went out in the driveway. Of course, she's not but 6, but the only I say negative for them, people say you can give it to a kid, but even she did a little circle, she did a little drone, but then of course she had, Papa, I want to see it. Well, she don't have no phone, so of course I got to do it on my phone, and so that's only. Right. But it is a fun drone, and now it's a little different in the wind. But listen, you don't really need it for that. Just put your body up if you want to do something.
It's expectations, right, Johnny? I mean, it's like come on, let's be realistic.
It's $200. I mean,
and it's going to grow our community.
Oh, absolutely.
And something we need. We need a larger voice. So hey, the more the merrier.
Yeah,
I tell you, it's going to adorn a lot of Christmas presents this year.
Yeah,
and we've joked in the past where people get drones under the tree for Christmas, and then there's nothing but Christmas trees decimated by them. At least with this thing at least is a somewhat intelligent flyer. You take it outside and have fun with it.
Well,
I still get it. Yeah, I get a kick out of the audio AI, Johnny.
It might be a drone that is under the tree. Most drones were under the tree, and then 15 minutes later they were in the tree. But this might
in the tree.
Yeah, this might actually stay out of the tree, the Neo, because I think you can it actually flies really good when it's windy. But listen, it's like you say, it's expectations, and who really cares? If you can't fly, what is it, 139 grams or whatever? If you can't fly,
it's not my best FPV drone. It's not my best camera drone, and it was never meant to be.
Yeah, but sometimes, what? I don't even record. Sometimes I just fly to fly. Like the V-copter, I hardly ever record. I just fly for the experience,
Yeah, I like the Neo because the Neo is my little, I don't know, like my behind the scenes camera. I can throw that up while I'm getting my gear together and just have it sit there, and I can talk, because with the audio AI and I've used my DJI mic too with my phone, and the audio came out even better with that. So it's amazing how it just like knocks out the prop noise. You don't even
it is. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know Joe's been flying it. Joe likes it, huh, Joe?
Yeah, the other day when I was there before the football game, they were all eating in a cafeteria. I'm sitting out by my car just flying it all around the school. You can run the Hammond real quick, Johnny. They got one left at the Target.
What's that?
Flymore kit. A Neo Flymore.
I got a Neo.
But they still got one at the Target. Well, I got it.
How much they charging for that, Joe? With the Flymore? Yeah. It
was the same price.
Yeah, this was it right here, Joe, huh?
Yeah. I had the RC2 and I just flew it around just to get in the air,
And nobody gave nobody even noticed probably, huh?
Well, nobody was around. But it didn't. Now, when I did fly it a couple of weeks earlier, as soon as it went up in air, all the football players turned around and heard it. Because it's a lot louder than the Mini 3 Pro.
It's really high pitched. Yeah. It's actually to me, of course, with the high pitch, sounds noisier than the Avata too.
The video really isn't that bad when you're just flying slow and all, like that. It really doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah, when you're flying it slow, dramatic, you get away with it.
Yeah. And for the majority of people, tell me this isn't good enough. And people people this on their small screens anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
This isn't something you're going to throw up on a 75-inch, 4K monitor. But hey,
Yeah,
That,
I mean,
Johnny, if we don't have something to complain about, then we're not happy, right?
Yeah.
well, I think as drone guy, that's one thing. Joe Leo, what's up, Joe?
Joe.
Dave, Arizona.
Hey,
I
man.
mean, you know what, Tom? I think what's best. People don't, and you know, hey, I never bought the Mavic 3 because what I do, the kind of just what I do, I don't even need that. So you know, I kind of stayed away from it. But the Air 3S is really, I tell you what, I really like the Air 3S.
Well, the F3S for me, I was a gotta get because I lost my Air 3 up in the mountains. And the great thing about the F3S is my batteries work and my RC2 works, and I bought the drone by itself.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a great drone. I don't really. Yeah, I mean, you know, from now on, I mean, everybody says the same thing. Well, it's only small increments, but I mean, everything's when you buy a new iPhone. I mean, what really you can probably talk on an iPhone 2 right now. You know, like
Exactly.
13 years later.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as
I'll tell you,
what it does, you know,
the F3S is a great flyer, though. It
Yeah.
really is a smooth, buttery flyer. Just, you know, you got to get in there and you have to set up your gain and expo. You got to make your adjustments. And, you know, everything's dumbed down when you get it. You got to tune it.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
why I was kind of surprised that Bill and somebody else had. I mean, I would have maybe waited for a little firmware and then before I sent that back if it, you know, with the little stutter. And I don't know. And I guess it seems like I think the Autel Lite Plus had that a little bit at first.
The
And
Mavic 2 Pro was notorious in the beginning for moray.
and they did it with
And-
firmware updates.
It took 3 rounds of firmware updates to fix that, right?
Right.
And you know, people complain that, oh, I get my drone and I got to apply these firmware updates. Look, you know, the drones first get out to the influencers, right? And they provide DJI feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. But now when the drone gets released into production, now you're talking about, you know, 100-fold as far as feedback.
Absolutely.
And we all get to take advantage of that.
I brag
So-
about yeah, and I mean, I hate to say it. Only thing that when the first drone comes out that we're
Right.
able to get, it's the latest beta version. It really all it is.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
You know, so you know, because I
So
know
is your iPhone.
you
Yeah.
talk to Ken and I, you know, Billy. We all know. You know, we'll get a little inside scoop now and then, and of course they
Yeah.
tell us after. Well, you know, it even did some stuff that they never even released in firmware to the public yet. So that's not uncommon, you know. So
It sometimes takes months and months to get some of those features we got to see
right,
ahead of time
absolutely.
out there.
Yeah,
you know?
and you may not even see them if they don't actually work.
Yeah, if it doesn't.
I'm
yeah,
sure there's been some
exactly.
things, that, you know, and that's
Yeah,
not
and like anything else, look, I bought a 23 Tundra, right? Well, there was a recall on the engines.
Yep.
And I got very fortunate because my serial number my VIN wasn't in there. Okay. But shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get out of thousands and thousands of product produced, you're going to have some lemons out there. And
sometimes
that's
the worst
something to be
thing to join is a forum in Facebook about an item you had, because there's more people say bad things about it than good things about it.
It takes the fun right out of it. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I had the Hyundai Santa Cruz, and oh my God, these guys,
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, I mean, it's good for some things because you learn some stuff. And I'm sure with the Tundra, you know, they have Facebook groups.
Oh yeah, no. In fact, I had somebody with a Santa Cruz stop me one day because I pulled in to grab some fast food. And he stopped me. He goes, "Why'd you buy that gas guzzler?" I go, "When was the last time your Santa Cruz pulled a 10,000-foot travel trailer?" You know, so we all have a reason to buy what we buy, right? And I said, you don't buy a pickup of this size for gas mileage. You know,
Jeff Simo, is that? Simo, welcome in. You're all now moderator. Ain't no lie, Johnny. Yeah, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, and listen, you do learn. Listen, even with the 3D printing, I know. Joe has the same printer, but he's got a little bit different one. But man, you get on that Anchor Make site, and oh my God, it's like drive you crazy. Yeah, I just printed. Here you go, Joe. I just printed your skull, Joe.
There you go.
I did a craft show this past Saturday, Johnny. Okay. I did pretty good. What's great about the craft show is I apparently have unique products. Everybody else is selling pottery and quilts.
Oh, Houma. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm in Hammond. Jeff and Captain Joe is in Manderville.
Yep.
Houma. Joe, you know where Houma is, right?
Oh shoot, we go down there and get some boudin.
You just go down I-55 and take a right.
Yeah. Take a right.
Yeah,
And
you
with
go-
this
you
accent,
go across
with this
the,
accent, I'm nowhere from there.
Now Houma, yeah, I have a lot of friends that live in Houma.
Yeah, when I worked EMS, I had an early shift. It was an out of town shift. We had to go in at 4 a.m, leave at 4:30 to pick up a patient in Houma to bring her back to Charity Hospital.
Joe, yeah,
Every day.
this he was asking me about the push boat Tiger off I-55. There was a old tugboat there somewhere. Do you remember that, Joe?
I don't remember that.
I think it was by Manchac or either somewhere up in there, because he saw our videos of the tugboat. New York
Let's see if I
City,
find
New
it.
York. So, Tom, you ready to go back to work? Fire department? You missed the fire department?
I'll tell you, I miss the people. I don't miss the place, and I don't miss all the people, Johnny.
Oh,
Okay?
I can't even imagine.
It's funny. I went back. We went back the end of June because my granddaughter was graduating high school, and then we got to spend the whole day at the fire headquarters. And I got asked that question constantly by everybody. And I basically spent the last year of my career. My commissioners invited me to all these meetings. And I would say to them, I got nothing to do with this. Why are you bothering me with these freaking meetings? and what they said was, well, you're the guy with 40 years on the job. You can tell them to go F themselves. And that's basically what I did for the last year. And I'm like, look, the camaraderie, yes.
Yeah.
The extended family, absolutely. The bureaucracy, and at that level and that size, no, I don't miss that at all.
Yeah, I can't even. I mean, we gripe when we got to wait for a red light twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't
you're right
imagine
there.
in New York.
The funny part is, you turn around and right now, I basically, my wife has to remind me what day of the week it is. Okay. And we sometimes have to look at each other and go, when did we have time to work? We're so damn
Oh, I
busy.
know. I don't even.
You know?
I don't even know how I had time to work. Seemed like I know Joe and I mean, I hate to say it, we fly. I mean, it was a while ago. We flew a couple weeks ago, but it seemed like we went about 2 months without flying. It just
Yeah,
seemed
we
like
were flying every week, and then all of
he
a
had
sudden,
something, I had something, or whatever.
see, in 2016, I medically retired from Pizza Hut when I blew my knee out. So I said,
Right.
well, I'm going to enjoy this. And since 2016, I started working for the paper and doing photography on the side. And I have shot 750,000 pictures. So I've
Wow.
worked harder now than I have then.
Yeah. But the key here is you got to do something with yourself.
Oh my God!
You
Yeah.
really do. And you know what? That's a tribute to Bob Dempsey and, him starting Old Farts with Drones as a goof. And now he's got to be up around 24,000, in 100 plus places around the world. And it's just that. I mean, one of the things we're doing at our meetup is we have politicians coming out and we're going to put drones in their hands. Okay.
Mhm.
To me, a drone is like crack cocaine. Once you fly,
Yep.
You get that bug, and that's what we're hoping for. And because we want to let them know also is like, there's a big industry behind this now. I mean, a lot of people's livelihoods are tied to it, but not just that. It's like, look at like us. I mean, we fly. To me, being able to fly is mental health.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, it helps me in that regard. It gives me something to do. It gives me focus, sense of purpose. And then also, one thing, of course, from fire service, Johnny, this, and from EMS, is that camaraderie, that extended family you have, and
Oh yeah.
that's what the drone community kind of has become as well. It's
It
you know,
is, and I think, man, we've
Yeah.
all, we of course, Joe and I have been through hurricanes. I mean, I lost my brother through meeting everybody, and we've all. I mean, it's just been incredible when you have people reach out to you, and man, the drone community is really, really good. I enjoy it. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, you guys and the guys in the chat. I'm not saying they're probably better friends than my friends right here in Hammond. Sometimes, I just don't. It's strange,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't
Look
see
at this.
somebody in the chat, you'll ask about them if you don't see somebody. I know
If
Scott,
you don't see somebody for a while,
yeah, Scott had a little.
exactly.
He had something go wrong with his truck,
Yeah.
and he just had a bad
Right.
week, and he wasn't answering. So, I mean, somebody texted me and they said, "Hey, I can't get in touch with Scott. He might answer your phone call." And it wasn't about whose call he was answered, but it's just that
Right.
he needed a break, and we've all been there before,
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Flying, even if you're going to fly that afternoon, it's just like you're excited all day. I'm still excited to fly this afternoon as I was, I think, 6 years ago or 5 years ago,
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with you. And the thing is, look, I'm very fortunate because I spent a lot of years on the job. My wife spent a lot of years on the job, so we're very fortunate. They send us an allowance every month. Okay, so and we do our best to spend it. But we're fortunate because we got to move out here, and we really enjoy the quality of life out here. And like I said, it's
let's
a
see, he said the
target-rich
H-51
environment.
worked full time, went back to school, learned new use drones for
Yep,
work and
good.
school environmental. Yeah, I mean, and listen,
Yeah.
I don't know what is DJI. I mean, I don't say, and I'm not want to get in political and all that stuff, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it won't be as bad as we thinking. That's all I can say.
Well, you know what? One thing that I think is good that recently happened was the lawsuit.
Yep.
Okay, DJI
Yeah,
bringing
that's
the
a big
lawsuit
thing.
because you know what? You got to now vet this stuff in a courtroom. And one thing in a courtroom is hearsay don't count for shit.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And Skydio's big dog used to work as an aide in Congress, and now is trying to stack the deck. But this thing that DJI just pulled off with this lawsuit is, and they have a former attorney general,
Yep,
who is defending them, and it's going to come out. Hey, I've said countless times, I would be very supportive of American-made drones if there were American-made drones that could compete. You don't, and you're shoving. I personally take offense at the fact that you're taking away a valuable life-saving tool, okay, from public safety. That M30T, there is no better drone out there for public safety. And to me, that the use of drones is going to become more ubiquitous than the use of the Hearst tool, the Jaws of Life. It'll actually be used more than the Jaws of Life.
absolutely.
Okay. And, to see it firsthand in my former position and to see how, you got firefighters operating on a roof, venting, and then you got a drone up with thermal imaging and you can see the heat signature below the roof line and you evacuate those members off the roof. And 5 minutes later, the roof gives way.
Yeah.
How many names did you keep off a memorial wall? What's that count for? Right. And, if we're not there, then the civilian population's at risk.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, it's just the best tool. You mentioned a Hearst tool, and I'm sure they're knockoffs of the Hearst tools. I guess I'm sure they are, but
not many.
Yeah, but
Right?
what if they said, hey, you know what, that something in there operates with it's just, hey, you can't use that brand. I mean, that don't make sense to me.
No.
The first encounter I ever had that with one of those tools, the Hearst tools, I was working again EMS, and they had an accident on the West Bank. Got out there, and the woman was bleeding. She said, "I'm a bleeder. I got to take blood thinners." I grabbed stuff. I climbed in through the window to get to her, to find out where she was bleeding at, to try to stop it. It was behind her ear. She had a little cut on her ear from her earring. That's what it was. So I'm up
Yeah.
there putting stuff on it and everything, and they put that thing against the car and started cutting it off. It scared the hell out of me when it started popping stuff.
Yeah.
I heard.
Hey, and I'll tell you what, I know when
Hey.
I was a firefighter, I weighed about 155 pounds, and it weighed more than me, probably.
Joe, I
Yeah.
remember being in the back seat holding traction. Okay, cervical traction. Okay, and the whole key was get those medics in there so that you're actually doing a rescue and not a salvage. Okay,
Right.
not a recovery. And
Not a recovery.
so that's the same thing with these tools. And I'll say it over and over again. Put a cybersecurity standard in place that has to be met by all drone manufacturers and stop the BS.
Yeah.
Because we basically air gapped our drones. Okay. We used drone deploy. That data didn't go anywhere. In fact, with the amount of civil liberties litigations that happen in New York City, you had to be very, very clear on where your data originated, where it got transported to, where it got stored, and when and where it got deleted. So all those things had to be completely controlled. And so, this nonsense about data leakage, and meanwhile, who's not walking around with one of these damn things?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So, come on now. Let's stop the nonsense. And, you want to give U.S. companies a leg up. Good. Give them grant money for research and development. Okay. But to buy a drone from one of these blue UAS companies that costs you 3 to 4 times the amount of a comparable DJI drone and only delivers 30 to 40% of its capabilities. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And American-made companies just kind of, I hate to say it, I guess they just, I don't know if they gave up, but DJI had the market cornered, and they just, let them have it. But
they didn't try.
Yeah,
they didn't try, Johnny.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That was a portion of, okay, we'll let you do drones and we'll do something else. I don't know.
A blue UAS drone, Skydio, assembled in the United States, not made in the United States. Okay, and
Right.
now karma is karma, right?
Yeah.
It bit them in the ass.
Yeah.
It's like you got to be careful what you put out there.
Well, DJI now that with the lawsuit, because listen, when you sue somebody or whatever,
You got discovery.
They're willing to say, okay, hey, let's get on the stand. I'll tell you what I know, because the government just can't. They can because they're doing it.
Make it up as they go.
Yeah, make it up as you go, and move the goalposts. As the old saying, as the old saying goes, move the goalposts. Just continue moving it.
Yeah. And it's gonna. There's a lot that's going to come out. I had some dealings with Department of Homeland Security, NuSteel, which is the National Testing Lab, and the National Institute of Science and Standards and Technology, NIST. And what happened was, guys, you remember back in 2016, the Mavic Pro got released, and that was groundbreaking, that drone, because it was the first drone of any capability that folded up into a nice package, right? So here you are, a 19, 20-year-old member of the military operating forward in Afghanistan or Iraq. And, mom and dad send you this drone. And you go, wow, this is great. In fact, when we're stuck in a firefight, I can throw this thing up in the air and figure out where the bad guys are. Well, the Department of Army saw that and went, holy shit. That's not a good thing for us because, we're giving away some information that way. And that's when the bullshit really started. And then you had, a lobbyist in the Department of Defense Army, Department of Army, turn around and write this whole report about data leakage. Next thing you know, the Department of Interior grounds thousands and thousands of drones that were being used for underbrush management. And now look at what's happened in the ensuing years past there with the amount of wildfires that
Yeah.
we've had to deal with, and
Mr.
how aggressive those fires have become. Okay, because nobody's out there taking care of business, and there aren't any blue UAS drones to fill that void.
Right.
Okay, so this all becomes a trickle down that really impacts us, and again, put out a freaking standard. That look, it was recently a pharmaceutical company released, or a U.S. pharmaceutical company screwed up my identity, okay, and released my information, where I had to go and make it.
Join,
Luckily,
yeah.
I had an insurance policy, but that was a U.S. company, and I'm worried about the Chinese right now. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like in the past 3 or 4 months, I know, believe it or not, Ticketmaster got breached, and I guess I bought a
Yep,
ticket.
that was
a
another
deal
one.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I just got something the other day. I'm not sure if it was Humana or something. I mean, it's like I've gotten 3 or 4 of those letters where we made a mistake and we breached, so we're going to give you
Yep.
a free
Yep.
year
I've got a few of those
Experian or
lately.
whatever that what the credit union's crap. So credit bureau.
I know. Yeah, the credit bureau having to put fraud alerts on your account.
Yeah, I mean,
Then when you go for something, you got to jump through freaking hoops because you got a fraud alert. Dealing with a piece of property I had to freaking jump through hoops.
Yeah.
Because we can't verify this or verify, and I'm going, what do you mean you can't verify it? And of course it was Equifax and this one and TransUnion. I had to go to all of them and say, hey, let these people have access to my stuff.
Yeah, Dre said I was trying to buy Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hey, Joe. My granddaughter said, "Don't come to Hammond because she's
mad at me.
She's gonna beat you up." Yeah.
I don't blame her. I had stage passes for access and everything for Taylor over the weekend when she was there.
And he didn't go.
I did not go.
Joe, what are you doing, Joe?
Couldn't do it.
Okay.
Hey, I tell you what, though, she, listen, whether you like that or not or whatever, but she brought in what a Super Bowl will bring into the city of New Orleans.
Oh yeah, in 3 days.
In 3 days. So
Yeah.
More
You
than
got to
Mardi
give
Gras,
that
too.
girl credit.
more than Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl. So, and we do have a Super Bowl coming up here in New Orleans. So that's
Yeah. You
Dre,
got to give
what's
that
up,
young
Dre?
lady credit. Yeah.
Dre. Hey,
Yeah,
Dre.
no, that's a good point.
So is
yeah,
Dre
that-
buying everybody like 5 drinks or something like that? He said, or was he?
yeah, well, don't scare him off already, okay? I'm not sure we cashed his check yet, Johnny. Okay.
He might not show
no.
up now.
First round
fly there to
only.
get a drink.
First round only.
First round
Okay.
only.
And then we're in the midst of happy hour, so your next drink is pretty damn cheap. Okay.
Yeah, good.
And then if you walk across to the casino and sit at a slot machine, your drinks are free.
Yeah, just run over there, sit down for a minute, grab your drink, then run back across to the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. There are machines in the bar too, Johnny.
One,
Okay.
he says 1 drink and a bunch of straws. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay.
Oh, man. KC
Yeah, we're footing the
Swifties.
bill for the bar food.
Yeah, Joe.
No, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time.
Kansas City.
And then we're doing a full breakfast the next morning.
Yeah, that's going to be.
For all the registrants.
Hey, Tom, when I went to Texas, for the spin up, they made me eat waffles in the shape of Texas. So are you going to make people eat?
Oh, no, dude. What is the shape? What is the shape of Vegas? What are we talking about? One of those lingerie legs or something that?
Yeah.
What do we, okay.
So
That'd be one big poker chip.
So are you taking Marcus to Little Darlings or I mean
Look, somebody said they wanted one of the adventures to be to the Chicken Ranch, and that's in the next county. Because you
Mine's
can't
going
and the Chicken Ranch, by the way, has free tours. Okay, you just got to buy a T-shirt, I think, at the end. But
you got to buy a dozen eggs.
It's
Different
that stuff's not legal in Clark
Vegas.
County, which is where Vegas is, but 35-minute drive over to Nye County and go have yourself a good time.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
Nah, y'all are gonna have a good time, and you know it really is that the drone community, and you know what's neat now. I mean, I guess it could be a plus, could be I don't mean a negative, but you got well, you know, not having them spin up, but now that y'all have something out that way. Of course, the South Florida drone meetup. I know Mikey and Sergio have something. They had something near Chicago for the FPV guys. Of course,
Right.
they have
Right.
Minefield. Ken Herron has, and then
Yeah.
I don't know if any. I mean, I know Lawrence and them do a little thing in New York, but that was kind of
Yeah,
informal.
they do like a barbecue at Calvert Vox
Yeah.
Park. They just did one back in September. They actually got Ray to fly over to the Yellow Submarine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But
I talked to Ray. I talked to Ray a few minutes ago, just checking on him. It was his
Yeah.
anniversary. Yes.
anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, 52 years. Cheryl put up with Ray. So.
Yeah,
That's a long
that's
time.
longer than some of the ages of some of the guys in the chat right now.
Yeah, Joe
so,
Fodoleo.
yeah.
Look, I mean, he's not. Joe's not 52. You know, he's in his 40s. You know, so.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, he acts like he's in his 60s, but he is really only 45, I think.
Look.
So.
Bob and I have always said, being an old fart is a state of mind. There is no actual physical age requirement. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a great community, and hey, I'm glad y'all having it out that way. It's going to be, and I know, hey, I'm coming next year. I'm saying that right now. I'm definitely going to be there.
Well, I'm already trying to make arrangements for South Florida drone meetup. We were going to go on this cruise with Bob and Audrey in from that island of garbage. But I got a family function that happens, but the wife said to me, well, right after that, you know, why don't I fly in, you know? And the only thing I'm finding right now is, man, I can't get a decent, I can't get a direct flight. Somebody said to me, hey, Southwest flies direct from Vegas to Fort Lauderdale. Okay. There was nothing direct to actually Orlando, which is weird because we're an international airport.
Yeah.
So I looked at that and I went, okay, Southwest. Oh, no problem. So I looked it up and it was like $580. I go, oh, that's a great deal. Until I found out it was $580 each way.
Yeah. I
And
know.
went, what the heck is going on?
Even going to Vegas, when I looked up tickets on Southwest, it used to be fairly cheap, but actually it was cheaper as it got a little closer. There was a window in there, but a long time ago, it was like almost $360 around for one way. So it was over $700. You know,
70 days is that sweet spot. 70 days out, and doing it on a Tuesday or Wednesday night is your best time to book tickets. Now I'm probably going to go Delta. But now everything I've found is flying into Atlanta, of course. But my concern is they're all 40 to 50-minute layovers, and those short layovers scare the heck out of me. Okay.
Yeah, especially in Atlanta. 40 minutes in Atlanta airport could be
40 minutes isn't enough time to hit the bathroom.
No, because you got to get 10 acres away from the hangar.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm trying to work that out right now.
Yeah.
The wife gave me permission to go on my own. I'm trying to, I said to her, you know, I get a comp ticket every year, with my, Sky Miles, American Express. I said, why don't you come? And so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm trying to make it out there this coming spring. But
it's fun.
Can we talk you guys into pushing it back or pushing it early a week instead of being in the midst of spring break?
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure. We look at, is Easter the Sunday after this or the Sunday before this?
Is it that early this year?
I think it is.
The next year? Wow. Because you guys are having your thing in the midst of spring break, and that's why I think a lot of the prices are high also.
Yeah, well, at the hotel itself, they still give us that $139 rate they've been doing for, for 4 years now. So
that's
which
good.
Is not too bad. I mean,
No, not at all. Not at all.
They've honored that now 4 years in a row. So they haven't, every year when the minute I pull away, I call Ray while I'm driving, and we always say, "Oh, how you think it went?" Da 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 da. He says, whatever, and then we'll say, "Are they gonna go up?" Next year. But so far they never went up. So it's pretty.
That's good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's good.
I know Marcus and them go to
Easter's
Jupiter
20th.
a couple days before. When is it?
April 20th, Easter.
Okay, so
yeah, pushing it 1 week wouldn't be bad then.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Yeah.
I think Ray.
That's something to think about next
I
year.
think we already looked for the date for the next year, and I don't
Yeah.
know. Ray kind of handles that. And I mean, we
You know,
all talk
but
about
Johnny, Ray being married 52 years, I don't think he's that aware of spring break. Okay, let's
no,
get
no,
that.
no. Well,
Okay?
yeah, he's well, the spring break. I guess. Well, yeah, they're in Florida. I know. They keep. I know in the city of Orange Beach where we had our condo, they just shut everything down, and Gulf Shores
Yeah.
moved them, and they tried to move them over to Pensacola, and so it's spring break. So I mean, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing for cities. So
Yeah, it helps the economy, but at the same time, it keeps the cops
yeah, when you
very
see
busy.
somebody's sofa from the condo out on the beach, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, not a good thing. Yeah,
Joe,
exactly.
Joe, you did that when you were young, right?
Never went to a spring break. Never did. I was in the Marine Corps, remember?
No, but
Never
no,
had,
it's
I had my spring break out in the field.
the meetups. What
Yeah.
about the new goggles? You think that y'all might have the new goggles at the meetup?
I don't think so.
think so.
Again, DJI is having their own problems bringing stuff in.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few more pieces we're promised as giveaways that, they're probably bringing with them. That's how difficult it's getting.
Oh wow.
We're hoping to give away some Neos, and I know there's an Air 3S or so that are going to be raffled off. So, fingers crossed that everything gets here. Yeah, well, look, cheaper goggles, and they kind of look like box, the standard box goggles, and but it's a low entry point.
Well,
And
I
if you
think
look at that Mike Mini, that's a real cheap entry point also, right?
yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if I mean, I hate to say, I don't know if I'd want to go cheap on the goggles myself, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, if they're $269 or near $300, I would just say buy the goggles free.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. But
I'll tell you what.
point.
I'll tell you what's buying that would be almost like buying an analog FPV now, and then when you see somebody with the digital, you got to buy all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you only have the Neo and that's all you really intend on flying, they may be good enough for that.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I'm looking to do is I have a nice Traxxas Sledge RC car, a Desert Basher. And since I got, the original FPV and I got the Avata, the original Avata, I got a few sets of goggles here. So I'm thinking about adding an air unit to the Traxxas Sledge. The wife enjoyed, driving that Traxxas Sledge,
Maddie
except she
does
becomes disorientated when it's coming back towards her because she doesn't know which way to steer. And I said, damn, why don't I put an air unit on there? My local hobby shop told me, the price of the air unit in about $120, they can hook it all up. So they'll 3D print the mount for it and everything. So I'm probably going to do that.
Yeah, Matty does. He's got an O3 air unit on one of his trucks, and that's he kind of. Yeah. I know that was the biggest thing you mentioned. It's like when I first started flying FPV analog. When I would get out a little way with my little tiny hawk, I couldn't see like where I was at, how to come back. And I kept telling my son-in-law, he said, "What do you mean?" I can't see where I'm at. I don't know. But now with digital, it's just, man, I don't know.
What a world of difference it is.
God,
and you know what? I've gotten lazy in my old age where, like getting into 3D printing. I waited until they consumerized 3D printing before I got into it, And now, I got an X1 Carbon, and it's so damn straightforward. I love spending time designing something, but I don't want to spend time tinkering with, bed leveling and tweaking nozzle temps and all that other stuff. It's just like when, Eddie Nunez first got involved in FPV, he was bugging the shit out of me. Oh, you got to do this. I said, look, I don't want to spend 80% of my time building and tinkering with something only to spend another 10% of my time flying and then another 10% trying to find the damn thing and when it crashed. I want to get up there and, I'm a photographer. I want to get up there and film and shoot,
Hey, I know my son-in-law is probably thinking, I'll be glad when Johnny gives up this FPV crap, because it's like when I walk in with my goggles on and something, and I said, Matt, got a problem, but he loves to do it in public. But like I mean, I can fly, but I don't know. It's just it's fun. But it is 2 or 3 minutes and then a whole lot of tinkering,
Yeah.
But
To each his own, right?
yeah.
To each his own.
Joe's
Definitely.
gonna fly. He's gonna put his about him, Manual.
No.
Well, that's what the Neo's for, Joe. I mean, throw those goggles on and throw that Neo into manual. I mean, how much damage can you really do?
I don't know.
That'd be the way to do it.
The Neo is so light. I don't even know if you could damage it when you think about it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't, but I tell you what, it sure take a hell of a collision.
It was funny. I was right outside the house and I was flying the Neo, and I happened to do a circle, and I didn't realize I was so close to one of my trees. and actually, I thought a hummingbird was going to take me down. It's like, the hummingbirds buzz me in the morning if I forget to fill the feeder.
You know what's funny? The Neo, though, I know we do talk about the 3S and all the drones that come, but the Neo, when you think about what they did with the technology of that, just pressing a button and have it do that. I mean, you don't even need a phone if you don't want to fly with a phone.
Johnny, the tracking capability and its visual tracking. I mean, it does better than some of the more expensive drones, because the more expensive drones are trying to cut corners to get to you. Meanwhile, this thing followed your exact path.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my little grandkids, they had at the football game tailgating, and they went. I seen them going down the parking lot, and I saw this guy step out of the RV, and he's like thinking, like, what is? I guess he saw the drone. He's like, what the hell is this thing following him? But I was kind of worried when it went where I couldn't see him. But man, they just come right on back, and hey, it was it's spot on.
It is, and you know what? That's the great thing you got to say about DJI is, whatever they released in the previous product, they bring it along to the next, and they're just making it a little better and a little better and a little better, So, and and you don't have to buy everything they make. God damn it,
you don't
freaking keep reaching into my pocket. You know what I just picked up, Johnny? I picked up the DJI Power 1000.
Oh yeah, the Charger,
it's 2200 watt hour. Because I want to take the RV out into the dry lake bed and just sit it there for several hours. And this thing, I can, with a soft start on my AC unit, I can actually run my AC off of this thing for a few hours.
And they had it on sale though, right? Didn't it?
Well, get this. It was $7.99, then $6.99. I got it for $6.99 plus a $250 off coupon. And then I had a couple of Amazon gift cards in the till there. So, yeah, I picked it up, and I bought the Air 3S, the SDC cable for it. That thing freaking charged up an Air 3 battery in like freaking half the time.
Brad Austin. Okay. Is Brad in Vegas already? I wonder. No, huh? Oh, is he?
He said he was on his way. He said he would see us here, but I'm not sure.
I think he's going to. Is he going to Phoenix or?
Yeah, I think he's going to Phoenix and driving up from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I have an Anchor. I don't know. I think it's a 521 little, and I just keep it on my desk, and it's my charging station. So I keep everything plugged into it. Although even in my new house here, one of my pantry shelves is I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 plugs across the back. Just for my drone charging stuff. But Brad said he's flying into Phoenix Thursday and driving to Vegas Friday morning. I got you.
Oh, there you go.
And Michael Wright, and Michael Wright should be coming in the next day or two, I guess.
Michael's coming in on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, Michael's coming in on Thursday.
Yeah. Well, y'all are gonna have a great time, and hey, out there and welcome. I know y'all. Everybody's that's coming, looking forward to meeting everybody out that way. I know. I never met Dre, never met Steve Carpenter. I don't know. What about, is Bill? Not Bill. Yeah, Bill Thomas is not coming from Seattle, huh?
No, I don't believe so, but you
Yeah.
never know. I know he was talking about it, but then something came up, and I'm not sure. But
No,
you
he's
know, and then
staying.
we'll have a bunch of locals that have really shown an interest, and they're starting to pop up on scene also.
Yeah.
You know, we had some in the beginning, and now I'm just getting hit like DMs constantly. Hey, what about this? Can I still get in on it? And you know, it's like, yeah, sure, no problem. And you know, somebody, you know, we did take some heat, of course, when you know we said, hey, we're charging a registration fee. But to post something like this off in a town like this, we couldn't go by the seat of
Well,
our pants.
you know
We
that.
couldn't say, hey, whoever shows up will have a good time. Because actually, we want to have a second annual Vegas Drone
Yeah,
meetup. You
and
know?
listen, our event is free, but I'll be honest, you know, not that you need some money to operate. Just, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
even I know, you know, get banners and just even I know I don't want to, and we've had people step up and do breakfast or pay for lunch, but I'd rather just, you know, even at I don't know, $10 a piece at our meetup, we'd have plenty enough money to do everything we want to do. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's kind of Ray kind of his thing about it being free, but you know, it's
Yeah. No, understood.
you know,
Yeah, and
just
we're not in competition
having
either. You
yeah,
know. Yeah.
having right, yeah, no, but you know
Yeah.
that what y'all doing. I mean, that's I don't even. I mean, listen, $50 or whatever. I don't even know how you could do it for that. So
Well, we're giving away a gift bag that has more value than that. You know, so
right,
plus close to $6,000 in merchandise we're giving away.
yeah, no,
You
that's
know,
what I
over the
say.
course of the weekend. So you know,
Lon
it's
Denard, what's up?
oh well. And
Come
then you
on.
know, come on, if you're gonna make it to Vegas, why not be able to meet Lon Denard? I mean,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
pays for your cost of admission right there.
that's worth at
Okay.
least worth at least like 19.95 of the $50, I think.
That's at least worth one of those fake poker chips we're giving away. Okay, right there, right there. No, it's good. You know, I've flown with Lon before. We've had a goof. You know,
Yeah, no,
so
it's
we get
that.
to
I know Billy's coming, so and Billy and
yeah,
Noble online.
Billy
So
can, and let's see what trouble Ken Herron can get into
is that
while
the
he's
poker
here.
chip, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one I gave you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got one of those poker chips. Okay, those are worth something.
Joe, bring it to
Joe,
the
telling
hold
you.
on
silver
to that.
slipper. Bring it to the silver slipper and see if they'll cash that in.
Yes, you never
That's a
know.
$5,000 chip.
Yeah, that black one's a good one. Okay, that black one's a good one. Well, Johnny, Joe, I'm going to jump off. I really appreciate you having
Yeah,
me
I
here.
wasn't doing. I'm a
Okay.
hop off myself. We got the Fly for Fun show tomorrow night. What are we doing? Just viewer
Yeah.
videos. So if you got something you want to send me, hit me up on Messenger. I'd be love to. That's kind of what our show is always about, the viewer and the pilot. So we'll definitely love to show that. And
And I'm going to try to get some interviews over this weekend, and you know,
are y'all going
showcase
to
a
go
bunch of
live
people.
anytime? I guess y'all will go live sometimes.
I,
Or y'all.
I don't know that I have it in me, but you know, with Bob, okay, anything could happen with Bob. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Lon's got to get
But
up early to be on the Fly for Fun show. He don't know that. I'm just saying. I mean,
yeah.
the drones and coffee. What time is it at? It's 7 o'clock here. That puts it what 4 o'clock in Vegas, I guess, or 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I've
5
I've
o'clock.
tried to make that several times. That usually I roll over and I roll back the other way, Johnny.
I
I'm
hear
sorry.
you. And, hey, we know it's early, and you know, getting people from the West Coast.
Johnny, I had to put my phone. It was so funny. I had to put my phone on do not disturb from midnight to like 7 a.m. So the phone rings at like 4:30 in the morning, and I pick it up, and it's you know the former chief fire marshal. And he calls, "Hey Tommy, how you doing? Hey, it's Bobby Burns." And I'm going, "Hey Bobby, doing okay? What's happening with you?" He goes, "Oh, I just want to shoot the shit with you. Where are you?" I go, "I'm in Vegas." He goes, "Oh shit, it's 4:30 in the morning, isn't it?" I go,
Yeah.
"Yes, it is. Yes, it is." So yeah, I have the do not disturb till 7 a.m. now.
I
So,
hear you. I mean,
know.
listen, I think even my granddaughter's in Georgia, Savannah, and it's like an hour. You know, it's on the East Coast. And
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about, I'm gonna call her, and it's like not that it's late, but it's just that 1 hour, and especially 2 hour difference, especially when
Yeah.
we're in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll see you
Hey,
tomorrow night on
appreciate
the
you
Fly for
guys.
Fun show.
Later.
All right.
Take
All
care,
right,
Rob.
Joe, we're gonna have to get together and go flying here pretty soon.
Man, we're gonna try.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, this little storm. Have you looked at it close, or what do you think?
It's going south of us. I think it's gonna go in a little west of Homer.
Oh, good. Well, not good.
Happy
Yeah,
Sunday.
Chris. Oh, Chris. Yeah, Chris. Thanks for Chris. Hope and Michael Wright will be on the show in 2 weeks from tonight. Brad Austin, thanks for joining. And Jeff, yeah, thanks for joining. And hey, you're welcome to pop in anytime. All right, Chris, thanks for joining. And guess I'll go turn on the election here and see what's happening. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
All right. Well, I'll everybody have a great night and see you tomorrow night on the Fly for Fun show.
Later.